Are thinking, well, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? Well, I'm talking about this, of course, you fucking moron. What the hell did you think I'm talking about? All right, the House January 6th committee unanimously votes to hold Steve Bannon in criminal contempt. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol voted unanimously Tuesday night to hold former President Trump's advisor, Steve Bannon, in critical as well as criminal contempt for defying a subpoena to appear and produce records. You got to produce the records. We believe Mr. Bannon has information relevant to our probe and will use the tools at our disposal to get that information, Chairman Benny Thompson said ahead of the vote. I expect that the House will quickly adopt this referral to the Justice Department and that the U.S. Attorney will do his duty and prosecute Mr. Bannon for criminal contempt of Congress. It's getting juicy, folks. I just spat all over. Oh, man, I'm leaking fucking saliva on the fucking microphone. That's no good. Can you hear that? Does that create like a sound? Anyway, Bannon was ordered to appear before the committee last week, but his attorney said he was following the direction of the former President Orange J. Mann legal team to not provide documents or testify. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Don't testify. We'll pay you for your legal fees. That reminds me a lot of when Trump was running in 2015 and 2016, and he was like telling his supporters to go beat the shit out of a reporter in the crowd, and it's like, I'll pay for your legal fees. And then someone actually did that, and then I don't think Trump ever actually paid for the legal fees. Someone fact check me on that one. But either way, the committee recommended Monday night that he be held in criminal contempt. All Democrats in the committee and 2 Republicans on the committee, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, voted in favor of holding Bannon in criminal contempt. Thompson added, there isn't a different set of rules for Mr. Bannon. He knows this. He knows there are consequences for outright defiance, and he's chosen the path toward criminal contempt by taking this position. Is Bannon going to go to jail again? Can you imagine such a scenario? Cheney also spoke before the vote, arguing that the executive privilege arguments raised by former President Orange Man and Bannon appear to reveal one thing. They suggest that President Orange Man was personally involved in the planning and the execution of January 6th. And we will get to the bottom of that. I'd rather get to the top of that. That's just my opinion personally. She also at one point directly addressed her Republican colleagues. Reminder, folks, Liz Cheney has been censured in Wyoming. And she's also got some fierce primary challengers. Almost all of you know in your hearts that what happened on January 6th was profoundly wrong, Cheney said. You know that I don't even care. She continued, President Orange Man repeats them daily. All right, cool. The measure now goes to the Democrat-controlled House. Democratic Majority Leader Steny Hoyer announced that the full House, not to be confused with the television program, the classic situational comedy, would take it up for a vote on Thursday. If a majority of the House finds him in criminal contempt, then the House will refer the case to the Justice Department for prosecution. In a letter obtained by CBS News, Bannon's attorney said last week he is not acting in defiance of the subpoena and pointed to instructions from Mr. Orange Man's attorney. President Orange Man's counsel stated that they were invoking executive and other privileges and therefore directed us not to produce documents or give testimony, blah, blah, blah. President Biden last week rejected Mr. Orange Man's assertion of executive privilege. On Monday, Mr. Orange Man's attorneys filed a lawsuit. Who cares? Mr. Orange Man spoke at the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th. We all know that. Chouse erupted at the Capitol. We all know that. House Speaker. Okay. In addition to Bannon, the committee has subpoenaed the organizers of the Stop the Steal rally, as well as former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark, former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, Communications Director Dan Scavino, and Pentagon Chief of Staff Kashyap Patel. So there you go, folks. Bannon is getting banned again or something. I don't know. But either way, Mr. Orange Man, he's coming out in full force, and this is going to get interesting.